I believe that making money is the easy part. That's just my belief. Making money is the easy part. A lot of us have made more money than our parents have ever made, right? But I believe also that keeping the bag is the hard part, is the more difficult part. Because we've made more money than our parents have ever made, a lot of us, then we'll have a tendency to think, I work hard, I deserve it, I'm going to go out and buy whatever I want. And that is a recipe for financial disaster as you get older. Hey, family. This is Che Willis coming back with another episode of Wealth is a Journey podcast. Guys, this is episode 76. We're almost to 100, y'all. We getting there. But I just wanted to say thank you to all the first-time listeners. If you are a first-time listener or watcher, thank you so much for joining us. On this podcast, we talk about faith, family, and finances, among other things. If you are a return listener, watcher, or subscriber, thank you so much for coming back to join us. Hopefully, we are adding value to your lives on the way to the M's. Because again, guys, as always, we are on the way to the M's. Before I get started, man, I just want to just take a little side journey real quick and say how busy the enemy is, bruh. Like when you set your mind to doing something great, then as soon as you get locked in that you're going to do something, then you get all these different distractions in the way of negativity coming to you. And I believe that it's happening because somebody does not want this message to get out. So they try to, when I say they, I'm talking about the enemy or negative forces, try to get you in unbelief, meaning that you have an expectation for something great. It could be on your job, it could be for a bonus, it could be for you to receive more customers, you to be able to add value to people's lives. And then a bunch of negativity happens. It might be a negative conversation with somebody. It may be something that goes against what you're believing for. So if you're believing for more clients, then one of your clients that you currently already have may leave you for whatever reason. It may not be your fault. And I'm not saying that's the case with me, but I'm just giving examples, man. So I'm saying all that to say that if you have something great on the inside of you that you're trying to get out to the world, or you are an entrepreneur trying to add value to people's lives, watch out because there's negative forces out here in this world that do not want to see you accomplish your goal and will try to get you in unbelief. Because if you say, if you believe, yes, I'm going to get more clients, and then a client leaves you, then you may have a negative thought that says to yourself, people always leave me, when that's not necessarily the case. You had one person leave you. But if you get that in your mind and then you say it, people always leave me, or why are my clients always leaving me, something negative to that effect, then that's what you'll have the expectation for, as opposed to, I'm getting more clients. So hopefully that makes sense. But I know in my heart that this message of hope, this message of you can do it, be financially free. You can learn about finances. It's not that difficult. The negative forces will tell you you're too old. You've been doing it this long. It's not that bad. All these different things that'll pop up in your head to get you from living the life that you want to live. And that's real. So we're gonna get back on the road, and we just took a little side journey. But I just it's I've had a rough one this week, and hopefully you can see that. And I understand that it's not about me, but I feel like those things have been happening, so I could tell you, the listener, the watcher, to for things to look out for if you have something great on the inside of you that needs to come out to the world, that somebody out there does not want it to happen for you. So you have to push past it and understand that you have to keep a positive, excuse me, keep a positive mindset and know that it's not as bad as it appears. And if you can do that, that will help you persevere through whatever difficulty you're going through. Clap it up for that. Anyway, so today, that had nothing to do with what we're going to talk about today. Today, we're going to talk about keeping the bag. And I believe that making money is the easy part. That's just my belief. Making money is the easy part. A lot of us have made more money than our parents have ever made, right? But I believe also that keeping the bag is the hard part, is the more difficult part. Because we've made more money than our parents have ever made, a lot of us, then we'll have a tendency to think, I work hard, I deserve it, I'm going to go out and buy whatever I want. And that is a recipe for financial disaster as you get older. So today we are going to talk about, and it's not an exhaustive study again, it's only 5 ways for you to keep the bag. 5 things to look out for if you're not doing these things. So hopefully these 5 things will help you on your journey to build wealth, because that is exactly what we are doing. Number one, and this is the chief. Number one, this is the one that you have to do if you want to build wealth, in my opinion, is set up a budget. That's number one. I believe that you cannot be wealthy, or you cannot maintain the wealth that you've built if you do not know where your money's going. So a budget is taking either writing it down or using an app. I use Every Dollar. It's a Dave Ramsey app. It's free. Doesn't cost anything. And what you do is you take your income, what you have coming in from your 9 to 5 job or your side hustles or your entrepreneurial job, or business, excuse me. And then you write down all of your household expenses. That's gas for your car. That's your car note if you have one. That's your mortgage if you have one. Car insurance, um, date nights, everything needs to be itemized. The reason that this is very important is because, again, you cannot build wealth if you do not know where your money is going. So the whole purpose of setting up a budget is so the bag that you keep, you can take that bag and have that bag make little money bags, make money children, money babies, investing. That's what we're doing this for. So write down your income, and then write down all of your expenses, and just make sure that you're not in the negative at the end of you writing down all your expenses. Now, if you are in the negative, which some people are, and that's okay, it's not permanent, then you need to find out on that list of expenses what needs to go. Very, very important. Unless you want to continue down that road. But that road, going down that road, does not end well. Just telling you. Because at some point you will get older, you will not feel like working, and if your money is going all over the place, unfortunately, you will have to continue to work because you never put money away for yourself to sustain the lifestyle that you've built. Okay. So number one is budget. Number two is subscriptions. We need to write down our subscriptions. So if you don't know what your subscriptions are, some people don't because they've been paying them for years and years and years, do not know what their subscriptions are. So subscriptions can be Tidal, Amazon Music, Apple Music. If you have all three, you're wasting your money because you can only listen to one streaming platform. Um, but they all do the same thing for the most part. So if you have all three, it may make sense for you to cancel two of them to save yourself some money so you can make some more money, babies. Okay. Um, quick story. When I bought my first house many years ago, I was not the budget guy that I am now. I was fairly good at budgeting. However, I got in an ADT system, and years later, they were pulling money out of my account, which was fine. I signed up for that. Years later, I got a new alarm system. However, they continued for another 2 years to take money out of my account, and I never saw it. This was back when um, checking your account online was not really a thing. So one time, uh, one of my checks actually bounced because of that. So I thought I had one amount in the bank, and I didn't. And the check bounced, and I called the bank, and they were like, "Yeah, well, you have ADT taking money out of your account." And I'm like, "Yo, well, I haven't had them for 2 years." They're like, "Yeah, well, they got access to your account." Long story short, I canceled it, but I lost out on probably $1,000 or more dollars from them taking money out of my account for 2 years. So we got to check our accounts to see what subscriptions we are subscribing to. And if it doesn't make sense for you to have these subscriptions, then they need to be canceled. Again, the whole purpose of this is to save money, not just to save money, but to put that money to work. So you don't necessarily have to work so hard for the money.
Are you tired of living paycheck to paycheck? Are you tired of using your credit cards as an emergency fund? Are you tired of getting stressed out anytime you think about money? If the answer to any of those questions is yes, I'm here to help. My name is Che Willis, and I help families living paycheck to paycheck live the life that they want to live through budgeting and investing. And I understand the word budgeting may be scary. However, we're trying to take the fear out of that word. All we're doing is telling our money where to go, as well as reducing our expenses and taking that money, marching it into the marketplace, and making us some money babies. That's all we're doing. So if you need help, please go to wealthisajourney.com. Again, wealthisajourney.com. There are free resources on there for budgeting tools. There are digital products on there to help you on your investing journey, and there's one-on-one coaching. So if you need help, go to wealthisajourney.com today. I look forward to seeing you soon.
Number three, get your kids involved. Yes, yes, yes. Many of us do not know about budgeting. We do not know about investing or making your money make money. And a lot of that is because we were never taught, which is fine. It's not a problem. But if you know that you were never taught and you were not good at it and you do not learn, and then you allow your kids to go down the same road you did, it's not good. But you can turn things around. So if you're not good at budgeting, I know a guy. I know a guy who can help you, right? But the whole purpose is we were never taught, a lot of us were never taught. I'm not going to say we as everybody, but a lot of us were never taught how to budget, right? So just think about how you thought to yourself, like, wow, when you figured out how to budget or whatever the case may be, wow, I wish I would have knew that 5 years ago, 10 years ago, things of that nature. But you feel like that now at 40 plus years old or 30 plus years old, think about how your kid would feel and think about how better off your kid would be if they got budgeting information on how to do the things because you got them involved early. So now when they leave the house, they're not calling you saying, "Hey, mom, hey, dad, I need money from you because I don't have any." If you teach them early how to handle finances, you will save yourself and them a lot of money, a lot of heartache, a lot of I gotta bail them out. And I'm not saying it's not going to happen anyway, but you want to equip your kids as early as possible to save you the headache and heartache of having to bail them out of a jam. Number 4, learn the word no. So we're going to go back to number 1, the budget, right? So we write down all of our expenses, and let's just say we're in the negative. And then your friend comes up to you and says, "Hey, let's go to this concert," or "Hey, let's go on this vacation." And the former you would say, "Yes, let's go," and then that will put your account more in the red. Then you be swiping credit cards just so you can maintain a lifestyle, just so you can save face with this friend who wants you to go on vacation. But the more mature person would say no. Unfortunately, I'm going somewhere in life, or unfortunately, right now, I can't do it. So I have to say no. And the no does not necessarily apply to your friends. It could apply to your kids too, which goes back to number 3, getting your kids involved. Because if you get your kids involved with the process of keeping the bag, what happens is if they know what you have going on, hey, mommy, daddy, they're trying to get some things together. They're trying to pay some things down so they'll have more money later. When you tell them no, you can't have this toy, Johnny, or you can't have this toy, Che. They know exactly why. And you don't feel bad for telling them no because they already know because they were involved in knowing about finances. So see how that all comes together? Yes. Yes. I feel like light bulbs are turning right now. Light bulbs are coming on. So um we need to learn how to say no. And it's not as difficult as you think. It's just like going to the gym. You need reps. The more reps you have in doing the thing, the easier it gets for you, right? So we have to learn how to say no and not just saying no for no sake. We are trying to go somewhere. Remember, in the beginning, I said we're trying to get to the M's. Not we're trying, we are getting to the M's. So being able to keep the bag is the way that we're going to get to where we want to go. Number 5. Number 5 is eating out, going to restaurants, Uber Eats, a DoorDash, all those things. So what I will tell you is, do we eat at restaurants? Absolutely. Do we eat at nice restaurants? Absolutely. However, when we do, we go back to number 1. That's the budget. Then we put a line item saying, hey, this line item is for eating out. This line item is for a date night for us to go eat out or family time. We're going to go use some of that money to go eat at a restaurant if that's what we choose to do. Now, what I will tell you is that if your budget does not support, meaning that it's in the negative and you have debt, your budget does not support you going out to eat at restaurants. It's not a good idea. You obviously do whatever you want. You're an adult. You do whatever you want. However, if we're trying to get to the M's, if we are getting to the M's, we got to cut out eating at restaurants for the time being until we are in a better financial situation. So hopefully that makes sense. When I say better financial situation, to me, it means that you have at least 3 to 6 months of an emergency fund, and you have little to no debt. Um, because unless you like, paying your student loans, and you like paying your car note, like, it's fine. But again, if we have somewhere to go, we got to sacrifice for just a little bit, for a little bit of time. But you can do it. We were there. We did it. So if we're able to do all five of these things, set up the budget, uh, get your kids involved, work on the subscriptions and cancel subscriptions that you have no need for, learn the word no, and lastly, eating out at restaurants when you cannot afford it. If you can do all these things, again, we're not doing it just for the sake of saving money. We're not doing that. The way you become wealthy or a millionaire is um your your assets, meaning things that are making you money, and your liabilities. You have to have more assets than liabilities. Meaning that if you want to be a millionaire, just say you want to be a millionaire, you have to have at least a million or more in assets than liabilities. Meaning you have $2 million in assets and you have $1 million in liabilities. By definition, yes, you are a millionaire. But if you want to take it to another level, if you're able to pay those expenses down, then you'll increase your net worth, if that's the plan. But what I'll tell you is the least amount of expenses that you have, the more money you will have to make that money make you more money by investing it, marching it into the marketplace, and making some money, babies. So that is the five um, ways, in my opinion, that you will be able to keep the bag, and not just keeping it for keeping its sake. We want to make that money make more money. And if you are not an investor, or you don't know about investing, make sure that you seek a professional that can help you along your journey. Because we're not just going out there just being frivolous, opening up an account and throwing money in there, and we have no idea. We never did any research. We're not doing that. Now you can, but we want to make sure that we're being strategic with our bread. So hopefully that helps somebody. But I feel like we just need to give more information on more practical steps on how to get where we want to go. And again, if you need help in any of these areas, you have myself, you have professionals. If you're want to learn about getting into investing, you have myself, you have other professionals, you have professionals, excuse me, on people that can help you in that area. So don't get left behind, because you will, if anybody's watching this and you continue on doing things the way you're doing now, just I work hard, I deserve it, just going out and spending, you're going to get older and you're going to look back on this as like, yo, a man did say that, and now I have to keep working, and I do not want that for anybody. We're not doing that. We need to be in a position when we're ready to retire, when we're ready to stop working a secular job, or if you want to sell your business or whatever the case may be. We want to be in such a position that we can do that, and we have things set up and our money's making us money, and we can just go off and do whatever makes us happy. And that's what we're trying to do. So as always, hopefully this helps somebody. Wealth is a journey. We will see you next week.